What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over the whole tuning process on how to tune an L5P. This is just a straight up tuning process on how to swap the ECM, pull the bass file, all that stuff. A lot of people think this is like foreign stuff, but when you do it and you actually see how it's done, it's really not that bad. So I'm going to walk you guys through the process on how to do that. It's really not too bad, like I said, so let's get right on into it. This is a truck. Now, this is a 2020 Chevy LTZ. This isn't a high country, but this is getting the full emissions compliant package. Today I'm just going to be going over the tuning aspect of it. So I got my laptop right here, the MPVI2 port, and the HP Tuners unlocked ECM. Now you're going to need this ECM every single time if you want to allow tuning. You cannot tune the factory ECM. I said that many times now. I still get asked. You have to get the HP Tuners modified ECM to allow tuning. So the first thing that you want to do is come over here to the driver's side wheel well on the 20s. The ECM is right up in here. Once you drop this fender liner, I can show you real quick where the ECM is located on the 2019s. Pop the hood real quick. Now, typically right down in here, if you had a 2019 or 2017 to 2019, the ECM would typically be right in here. It's one bolt that holds it in. You just pop the connectors off, slide it out. I'm going to show you guys on how to get the connectors out without breaking them. These connectors you want to be really fragile with, especially if you have an older truck, that these might have more dust and dirt and debris in them. But I'm going to show you guys really quick on how to pop those off. On the 20s, there's 4 bolts that hold it in. They're 8 millimeters, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have a 17 through 19, you have 1 bolt that holds in and disconnects. Typically your TCM's over here, but on the 20s, it's right down in there. It's not like you just take this ECM, go over there, just swap it in. There's a few things that you gotta do. First, you have to unplug both your batteries. Before you do anything like that, unplugging the batteries, don't do that first. The first thing that you wanna do is come over here to your laptop, go on hptuners.com under downloads, download the latest beta version of ECM Suite. Always do everything through the beta version. Now, once you download this, I'm going to show you guys everything that you have to do in the truck. There's a commanded swap process that you have to do before anything you pull the factory ECM. Do the commanded swap process. Do not touch anything ECM related. So let's go ahead and here now, hop in the truck, and I'll show you guys on how to do the commanded swap process. Now we're in the truck. I didn't touch anything with the ECM yet. I didn't do anything like that. So you're going to come over here to your laptop. And I forgot to mention this whole time, this whole process, you're going to need Wi-Fi. So make sure you're in a location that has Wi-Fi. Or if you have Wi-Fi in your truck, whatever works best for you, just make sure you have Wi-Fi the whole entire time. I just downloaded the latest version of the beta, like I said. Adjust this a little bit. Now, when you download this, you get an editor and you get a scanner. The scanner is what you go through to do the command and swap process. This is where you pull your check engine codes, do all that. Editor is when you want to go to change your tune files. So this is the editor. This is where you do everything tuning change related. So we're going to stick to the scanner for now. First thing you want to do is turn your ignition to on. If you have a 2020, make sure this turns green. Okay, so it turned green. You're going to take your MPVI2 port down here, the OBD2 port, plug it in. You're always going to see that serial number and all that QR code, whatever they call it on the back. You're always going to see that when you plug it in. It always goes that way, so just a heads up for you. Plug it in like that. Take the other end, plug it into your laptop. Alrighty, so now we're connected. You're going to come over to here on your laptop, connect the vehicle. It's the blue vehicle icon. You're going to click connect the vehicle. It's going to run through its screen here. It might take a couple seconds, so I'll get back to you when that's done loading through. Okay, so now that it's connected to the vehicle, this is the command and swap process now to swap out your ECMs. The first thing that you want to do is come over to here, hit help, resync interface. This is a good way to test your internet connection as well. If you don't think your internet connection is good, you need a really good internet connection the whole time that ran through so the resync is complete. Now also when it connected to your vehicle, make sure up here everything is right about your vehicle, your year, make, model, VIN. Make sure all that's correct. If you got an ECM that didn't come preloaded, it's just universal. You'll have to do all this later, but if you got one preloaded, make sure all that information up there is correct. You're going to go to Vehicle, Controls and Special Functions. You're going to go over here to System. It comes up on Engine as default. You're going to come over here to System. You're going to click Replace ECM. Make sure the ignition is in the run position, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you're not data logging, okay. It's going to ask you to stock ECM installed in the vehicle. You're going to click yes. It's going to say reading from the ECM, blah, 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 blah. Then it's going to say ECM read successful after you go through this screen. And then you're going to go ahead and swap out the ECM. The first thing that you want to do before you touch anything with that ECM is come over here to your truck, open it up. Make sure that your key is not in the ignition. If you have a push button start, make sure that's off. Now you want to come over here to your engine bay. I'm just going to put this out here. A lot of you guys may know this. A lot of people are new to the diesels. Diesels have 2 batteries. So right here on the driver's side is 1. It's a 10mm bolt. Just loosen that up. That'll slide right off. Come over here to the passenger side. Your second battery is right here. Same thing, 10mm bolt. Just take that off. And it slides right off. Now make sure you disconnect both batteries. And when you do, make sure that terminal cannot come back and touch there. That's really secure there. Come over here. Do that over here. Now I usually zip tie them back just to be safe, but I know where to put them now that they won't slide back and touch. Now you want to come over here to ECM. As you can see, I hope the lighting's good. You want to do is slide down on this right here. So slide down, or actually before you do that, I always just like to open the door and make sure that everything's off. Yep, everything's off. Battery's no power. So come back to here. Slide these red connectors up. This blue one is different from the rest. You're gonna need like a screwdriver to push that up. So what you want to do is right here. So I'll do it again. Slide that down. Now gently push on here, on the red button. Now you saw what just happened, that disconnected. That unpopped. Now very gently slide this off. Do not break this connector. It's a million wires coming through here, and you do not want to rewire this. If you have an older truck, you may want to wiggle it, get it free, spray something in there like electric cleaner, like the dry stuff, so you don't like collect dirt and debris in there. So very gently pop this off, like so. This one's a 2020, has no miles on it, came off really easy. So just like that. This one here, same thing. Push on the red button. You'll see that pop up like that. Go like this, really, really gently. Push up on that. Boom. Now this blue one right here, I don't have the finger strength for it. You want to grab like a screwdriver or something. I'll pop that up. Let me do that really quick. Grab the screwdriver. So real quick, I got this extension right here. Just be really careful. Pop that up. Now you saw that slide up there like that. Now this blue connector is the only different one out of the rest. The button's right up here, as you can see. Push that in, you heard it click. Connector slides up like that. Now I'm probably gonna have to put the camera down to pull this back to lift this up. Just do not break this one, so let me go ahead and do that really quick. Alright, so we got all the connectors off. I'm gonna come back here really quick, grab the modified ECM and swap it out. Throw the modified one in there. I got the modified one in there, as you can see. I have the stock one sitting right up here in the truck. Just make sure that you're really careful with this ECM. You don't want to break any of these connectors on here. Don't drop it. Usually what I like to do is just throw it right back here in the box like this. Cover it back up and just close the box. Just so you know nothing's going to happen to it. Now I'm going to show you guys on how to reconnect these connectors. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So now that you got the new one bolted up into there, I already got the blue one on. That's the hardest one to do. Just be really careful with that. Just make sure they all click like that. Lock it in. Now, what you want to do is do not force these on. As you can see, there's a million pins in there. You don't want to bend it. So really carefully get it on here like this. Feel when it starts to pull. You'll feel when it starts to seat. Do not push on it really hard. You might have to pull it out, pull it in a couple times. Now I just felt it seat there. And you saw it just pull on. Now gently help guide it in. So push it a little bit. Slowly work that up there. Do not break this. So I just lock like that. Lock that one in. Same thing here. Do not force it on. You saw that one just got started but on its own. Go ahead like that. Lock it back in. Boom. Now this is a 2020. This went on really easy. A lot of times they're not like that. So now that we got the ECM swapped, we're going to go ahead here. Connect the batteries back on. Just touch it really quick so it doesn't spark. Connect this one back. Now make sure you didn't leave any tools up here or anything of that sort on the hood. I did not. Go ahead and close this. Now back to the laptop we go in the truck. Okay, so now that we got the ECM swapped out, we're gonna come back here to VCM scanner again. You're gonna hit connect to vehicle, which I already did. You're gonna go to vehicle, controls and special functions. You're gonna go back here to system again. You're gonna click replace ECM. It's gonna tell you the same thing, make sure you're not data logging. Now this time it's gonna ask you, is the stock ECM installed in the vehicle? You're gonna click no. The next screen is gonna ask you, did you install the HP Tuners modified ECM? You're gonna click yes. Then it's going to say ECM swap successful. Then you go ahead and pull the base file. A lot of people ask me on how to pull a base file, so I'll go over that right now after I run through this screen here. Now they get a stock read off this ECM to send out to the tuner. Now we're under VCM editor. The first thing that you want to do right here is come over here and click read vehicle. It's a green icon that says read vehicle. Click that. So you want to click read. I'll just run through here. Now that screen ran through, I typically like to read one at a time. This one we're just doing the ECM because trans tuning's not out yet for the 20s. If you had one that had trans tuning, it would say read entire for both. I like to do one at a time. So I would just click, if it was the TCM, I would click do not read. Then just read the ECM, come back, then read the TCM. So right here, it says E41 ECM right up here. We're gonna click read entire, make sure it clicks read entire. Come down here, click read. Let this run through, then I'll show you guys what happens at the end. Okay, so it says read 100% read all the way through. Now this is the stock file. Tune you've been supplied as a stock file. We're going to click OK. Now it's going to ask you to save it somewhere on the next screen. Make sure where you save it, like you save it on your desktop as whatever you want to save it as. So this is a 2020 Chevy. LTZ, then we'll just put stock file. Enter. Okay, so now I just been supplied a stock file. That stock file that you just saved, you're going to email that out to your tuner, and they will build your tune off that. Now, if you're doing this on a weekend, you probably won't get your stock file or your tunes back off that stock file till the next business day. As you can see, I'll come over here just to show you. Since you don't have a tune in the truck, you can hit that a million times, your truck won't start. You can either A, load that stock tune back in that stock file and run it around on a stock file. I don't like to do that because it burns the credits. It's a Wednesday right now, so I know if I submit that tune out or send that tune out, I will have that file back. And I don't have to worry about burning the credits at that point. So I'll come back in a few hours here after I send that file out. Hopefully I have the tunes back and we'll finish loading the tunes in to the truck. We're back in the truck now. It's a couple hours later. I'm going to come over here to file now that we get the tunes back. I just downloaded them off my email. We're going to go file, open. Now find the tune that you just downloaded off your email. Click open. Now you're going to come over here to the right now. You just hit red. You'll see that now that right lights up. Click that. Now, right now is where you go to license it. Those 10 credits that are on your MPVI2 port, you're going to use those to license the truck. So, it's automatically comes up as do not license. You're going to go down here to specific, license this ECM with the 10 credits, click OK. It's going to ask you, are you sure you want to license it? It's going to ask, it's like $500 to do this. So, just spend $500 right there. Nice. Now, it defaults to right calibration. Since it's the first time you're writing the truck, you want to switch it to right entire. So, right entire, right. Let all this run through, then I'll get back to you guys after this runs through. I was having issues with my laptop before. It's later on at night now, but we're getting it loaded in here. There's only a couple seconds left here on the load in, on the flash, so give it about 5 seconds, should be done. Now, since right completed, you want to X out of this. Just cycle your ignition, and your truck should start right up. Starts right up, no issues. Now your tune's loaded in. Now that your truck's running, you just want to make sure that you have no check engine lights. This is a 20. That's probably for the crank relearn. I'll go in here, see what that's about. So this is just lost communication with the ECM, PCM. This is normal after you do an ECM swap. You usually just go right here, click clear DCTs. Then you usually just turn the truck on and off and that light goes away. So we'll just see real quick. Read them again. We'll drive the truck a little bit and that should go off. These trucks are really finicky when it comes to check engine lights. Sometimes you gotta drive them to clear them out, but this is a code, nothing to worry about here. I'm just sitting here now, it turned off. I just click read DCTs again, and it just turned permanent. Now you guys don't wanna worry about permanent codes. It's only pending code is what you wanna worry about. So as you can see right now, no check engine lights. We're good to go. I'll get this cleared up with my MDI2 at the end. So let's go ahead and here now, take it on a little test drive, make sure everything's good, and then we'll just pull it in the garage. So I'm just getting home from the test drive now. Everything went exactly as it should. Alright, that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed what you saw with the whole L5P tuning process, be sure to leave this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. Also, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. You could say